Aries. I released a video earlier this morning that was basically a polite rant, thanking the people who deserved it and calling out the behavior of others. The motivation was literally coming right before these channeled energies for you. There is this deeper understanding of your own needs and your own sense of self. A deeper understanding of who you are, what you're capable of, what you've put yourself through, and all those things that you've learned from it. Most especially, what makes you happy and the things that you've done to keep you from happiness. Clearly not intentionally, this sense of, achievement driving you forward. And little cracks in that achievement and all the things that you needed to keep up. Not necessarily do, but maintain. To maintain that achievement. Suddenly cracking, crumbling, and showing that you're not as happy with the achievement as you thought you would be. And then coming full circle to realize the achievement doesn't matter as much when it's not an achievement in something that really, really, really is right for you and makes you happy. Now, this is all something that has already happened. This is something that, these are conclusions that you've already hashed out with yourself, learned the hard way, gone through. There is this overwhelming sense of strength in you now. Strength enough to make yourself uncomfortable. By daring to try something, maybe not completely revolutionary, but something that will help you get out that door. The door that was up until maybe a year or so ago locked and now has been open and maybe is just a little bit ajar, right? Always peeking out and reminding you it's ready for you. That portal is ready for you to walk through. When you're ready to walk through it, it's something that you've earned. So it's not something that I'm going to say, walk through it today, or you're not going to get there. That's bullshit, right? We all have a mixture of different placements and different synchronicities that interact very uniquely with the cosmos. So I know that you will know when the time is right for you. And I know that right now you're feeling this beautiful sense of being prepared and ready for change. Knowing that what you've been through does not work for you. This maintenance of what I have to do, what I must do, versus what I'm passionate about and what I love. This maintenance of what I love, what I used to love, that is turned into monotony, that I don't love anymore, and I don't have to love anymore, because if it doesn't work for me, I have a right to let it go and let it be something that I did, not something that I continue to do. This wonderful realignment of your priorities and your sense of obligation and responsibility. I keep peeking down at the cards, and the reason why is because there's this amazing array in your cards of your opposite, which is Libra. The struggle that is the struggle to find that balance between taking care of yourself and maintaining a partnership. So if you've struggled a lot with the maintenance of partnership, or you find yourself now struggling with the maintenance of your partnership, even the reality in some cases of things not working, the way that they used to. There is this wonderful energy of the juxtaposition of two opposites and what it can teach you. Because too often what we do is, in order to compromise, right? And this is like that the unbalanced aspect of your opposite, which is partners, the house of partnership, Libra. That is your opposite on the zodiac wheel. That is your direct opposite energy. And so many times that's why we're so attracted to our opposites, because they have so much to teach us. Okay, think about the twin flame relationship. That's the essence of what it is. It's the yin to the yang. And what that yin energy can teach the yang and vice versa. And that both is needed to form that whole, that harmony. Because sometimes the bad part of, especially the partnership energy, is to make everything okay, we just make everything okay. Instead of finding a way to make it harmonize. Hold on a second. Now, harmony is not monotony. It's not just making everybody sing the same note. That is not harmony. You can't have harmony without many different notes, different rhythms. You have one beat, right? But different rhythms and synchronicities and timing. That's harmony. And that takes work. And I think the issue here is whatever partnerships you deal with the most. Let me get back. Hold on a second. I want to just... Okay, a bit more comfortable for me. So, instead of just settling for monotony, you know there's more. You know you want more. And so you start to add in things that sound very dissonant. But the beautiful thing about dissonance is that it will teach you what's working and what's not. And that's this wonderful aspect of your life right now, that you are willing to consider dissonance. You're willing to consider that dissonance is a great teacher. It may be a bad thing, but it is a great teacher. And these lessons in learning, I just feel this little ray of light that's come through, a little crack, an opportunity that you've started to take that is going to lead you in a direction that is going to make you very happy. Now, the speed and the timing, the pace is all up to you, as long as you keep going. That is that sense. As long as you keep moving. And I've said this before. The universe isn't sitting up there judging how fast we do something. It only reacts to the energy and where we focus our energy. That's what it is, because the universe is energy. So when you put your energy into something, and you continue to focus that energy in that direction, it doesn't frickin' matter if you're moving 100 miles an hour or 1,000 miles an hour or 1 mile an hour. It matters that you're consistent with where you focus your energy. So as long as you continue to put your energy in that situation, because there has been a change. There has been a change in you. There has been a quiet decision to make those changes or go in a direction that is new and different. And it has so much to do with wanting to really be happy instead of just kind of being happy or compromising for what you think looks like happiness. Because that isn't real happiness, is it? There's an interesting combination in these cards. Let me show you. There is an onus here. There is a focus here on no partnership, getting out of partnership, ending a collaboration, finishing it, breaking up. All of those kind of things would apply. There is an energy of no, it's not what works for us. It's what works for me. Claiming your independence. And landing on your feet after you've gotten out of a circumstance that just was not working for you. The ending of a relationship, I want to say a relationship, but relationship always takes on those connotations of, of romance. It's not necessarily romance. It's just a relationship. But look at this. You also have your direct opposite here, this Libra energy, which is all about partnership. But when it shows up in this configuration, it's about finding peace within yourself after the ending of a partnership. After deciding that something that you were doing with somebody else was not working for you. Or that the two of you weren't working out together. You've landed on your feet. You have come full circle. And what does that mean since you're, bam, surrounded by this energy of partnership? Is that you've realized that the partnerships that you get into is not the end all or be all of who you are. And ultimately what's going to happen is you've learned more about what makes for a good partnership. And you are going to be a little bit of a Bambi at first, as in that little tiny fawn that his knees are shaking. You're not going to be so good at this new concept of relationship at first. But it's going to get better. It's going to get stronger as you continue to put that focus in it. These are direct opposites. We talked about this. This is Aries energy. This is Libra energy. Opposites attract, but it didn't work out, right? There is this sense of wanting so badly to figure out how to make something work, but it's just not working. But there's also a beautiful lesson in it not working, right? And there does seem to be this underlying tone here of continuing to try to make it work, but not finding a way to actually make it work. And now finally coming to the conclusion that it doesn't have to work. It had to teach me something. You are dealing with an energy that is impractical for you. This is Cancerian energy, right? You have Libra energy. These are Cancer, Libra. Very defensive of the home, very loyal, very much energies that are all about taking care of partnerships and taking care of others. And if these energies have been first and foremost in your mind, perhaps that is the issue, because did you leave your energy behind in order to make something work with an energy that was very opposite from yours? In other words, how much of yourself did you give up to stay in this partnership with somebody who was very different than you? Because I will say this, if somebody who is very opposite from you is attracted to you and wants you to be around, whether they hire you or they fall in love with you, whatever the root of the relationship is, if somebody who's very opposite of you is attracted to you, it's because they want you to teach them something too. And ultimately, especially if you are in love with this person or this opportunity means a lot to you, if you give up too much of yourself, too much of who you are, you dumb it down too much, then you actually degrade their opportunity in you. Because you're not bringing your full self to the table every day. So don't lose your full self to make somebody else happy or to justify a partnership or stay in a partnership. And I love that you're loyal to this partnership and that you're committed to this partnership, but simultaneously it is not working out for you or for your sense of inner peace. And the answer to how do I make this work cannot be, let me abandon myself. It just can't be that. That is not the answer to the question. It is not. No. Nope. Throw that shit away now. Because it ain't working. You have been trying to pretend that you are not, right? Fitting in. Fake it till you make it. Act as if everything is okay with the way things are going when it's not. When a half a dozen ways you could pick through and say, wrong, 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 not happy, not happy, not happy, no, but you're not doing it. You're not doing it. There is this odd eclectic energy that it's fascinating to you, but it's not making you feel so comfortable. This is scorpionic energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio, a sense of allowing it to take the lead, having its back, but getting more and more bristly the whole time because you just want to shout and scream and yell, that ain't right. Fool, don't you see that? But you're afraid of how their ego will perceive it. Meanwhile, you're getting more and more defensive with your words while pretending to be okay. More and more defensive with your commentary or your thoughts. So if your thoughts have been becoming more defensive, if you become more snappish, more snappy with what you say, those are signs that you feel manipulated, you feel entangled. There is this wonderful sense of wanting to see and wanting to understand something that was very different than you, wanting to get very close and maybe whittling your own way in to get closer, to like almost make it look like you were, this could have been a manipulative technique on your side, but I don't think it was. I think it was more like PI type, like it was almost like, I'm going to stay quiet and blend in, camouflage style, to get closer because this is intriguing to me. I want to find out some information. This is about getting the intel, writing it down and taking notes, so eventually you can change things and twist things. This is very eclectic energy. It's Aquarius energy, thinking outside of the box energy. Newness, freshness, also a sense of working for others. This sense of blending in and working for others and making it look like you're doing the hard work for others, and you are actually doing the hard work for others. But does it interest you and does it intrigue you? This would be a sense of, no, you need a new mindset. You need something fresh and new in your life because what you've been working on isn't satisfying you. Now all these cards together in reverse, it's almost like you're not ready yet. You're not ready for the change. You're in the cocoon phase, right? You're not about to become a butterfly yet. You are still taking in information, taking in intel. You're still trying to absorb in order to understand. Because this is about upright. This would be Taurus energy, seeing the long term. So this kind of implies for me that it's about step by step in front of you. Taking one step at a time. Aries, one step at a time. Especially in terms of finances, because there is potential here for the finances to take off, and I really do think you want to get unstuck financially, right? Or not dependent upon something that isn't working for you financially. But it's not necessarily clear how to do that. So you're trying to take in information and understand, well, how do I make this change? You're not prepared to make the change yet, but you have accepted that you need to make the change. And you are taking in little bits of opportunities that are going to help you get closer to the change. I don't think you know completely yet what the change looks like. That's okay, because you know that there must be change. And that tells me this is just a walk of faith for you right now. And you're opening yourself up to all the messages and information that are coming to you to help you synchronize with spirit. It's almost like you and spirit. You're allowing spirit to lead you to form the puzzle. because you don't know completely what it looks like. But so you're allowing spirit to guide your hand to put those puzzle pieces in that, and then to step back and be like, oh, okay, that's what I want. That's the full picture. So these puzzle pieces are coming together, and they may be pieces from your old life, right? Crumbling apart to come back together again. You're in the process of putting things together and creating new things, especially when it comes to finances. Right now, it may be you're living paycheck to paycheck. But there is something larger looming in these prospects of the future. And that's why you did it. Because you don't want things to stay the same. Little by little, you want things to change. And they are changing. They're not, I think if they change too fast, there was a series, I'll tell you, last year was rough for you guys. And if you go back and look at some of the, because I put all the Aries videos in its own playlist, go back and look at some of the ones from last year. You went through shit last year. So I think for you right now, you're like, no fucking rapid changes, please. Had enough of that shit for now. And that's fair. That's fair. Because enough is enough. In other words, you've been through the transformative process of putting you in the cocoon and breaking down. Now you're just trying to figure out how to build yourself back up again. And that's your pace. And the universe is going to give you the resources that you need to support you. Little by little, frame by frame, you're going to change the prospects and your world. You're going to change your story. But right now, you're not ready to make any big, huge changes. You have made at least one small change. I'm telling you right now, it was a small change, but it was a monumentous change. That was a statement to the universe. Just the change itself was a statement to the universe that says, I'm ready for more. I deserve more happiness. And that was a major theme in Scorpio's reading. It's the name of their reading, so I would go check it out. I really would. I would suggest you watch it. If not because you're dealing with a Scorpio, it doesn't matter. If only because you are dealing with that energy. That sense of having owned and knowing that, yeah, you do deserve happiness after all the shitstorm that you've been with, and now kind of slowly guiding yourself and allowing yourself to get inch closer to the change that you deserve, or the changes that are going to give you the life that you deserve, so you don't have to be constantly living in a half-life. Pretending to amuse yourself with things that are boring as fuck to you. Let's go to the angel messages. Those angel messages now, because they're so on point, it makes me shake. Okay? First thing that came out. First angel message that came out. Adventure. What have I been saying this whole time? Like a word that I've been using, adventure, journey, adventure, journey. You're on the right path. Like that's what this card is conducting. You're on the right path. Okay? That's what this is, Aries. You are on the correct path. This is what your life is supposed to be right now. Trial and error. What is adventure? Adventure is trial and error. Adventure is getting into trouble and getting out of it. That's what adventure, this is what adventure is. It's not clean and neat in a 2-hour format like the movies all make us believe because they have editors and scripts. It's not that. An adventure is trial and error. It's being scared and overcoming it. It's all of those wonderful things that actually make you a better person. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, try seeing it as an adventure. Explore all the possibilities. There are many more than you currently imagine. So this duality that's going on here of extremes and trying to figure out how to balance extremes and how do I make, it's not in the extremes. There are infinite number of possibilities in between those two extremes. There really are, and it all depends on where does your heart bat. Like your heart and where it radiates and where it hums and sings will tell you where that perfect balance is for you. There are many more than you currently imagine. Instead of seeing things as either black or white, try to explore all the colors in between. And that's what you're doing right now. You're experimenting with tones, you're experimenting with harmonies, because you know that there is not just these two choices, neither of which works for you. And it's also the angels saying to you, you're doing the right thing to get to the right place. Think global was your next card. Tour the world, Aries. You are being encouraged to spread your wings. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart. Embrace it. Surround it with love. Let it be, and so it will be. Let it be, and so it will be. The idea that when you have the idea and have accepted the idea that there is more to things than what you've experienced so far, is when it becomes a reality. It also is like, get your ass out there and travel. Explore in this 3D world, this adventure that is the 3D world. Explore it. Explore those realms. Go ahead. This is the time. Everything is already hectic and crazy right now anyway. You might as well add to the mix a little bit of your own and what you want. Inspiration. A new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. So angels have brought something into your life. And it was subtle, and it was small, and it may have even seemed a little kind of bit corny, but there was something to it that resonated with you, and you trusted that resonating. You trusted that sound. And that's your way. That's your portal. I mean, these cards just drive me crazy. Love. The heart of love is the heart of creation. All is possible through love. All is worthwhile for love. May all you think and feel reflect love's eternal truth. Now, this is eternal love. This is universal love. But it is also, because you got so much partnership here, it's saying that there is a divine partner for you. And that in learning, remember how I told you the animals are almost practice? In learning how to be in balance with your opposite, which is the house of partnership, which is Libra. In learning how to be in a great partnership, you're actually teaching yourself all the life skills that you need to be the greatest version of you. It's like learning your north node and your south node. And when you learn the dynamic between those two extremes, and you look at your north node, which is the challenges for you, what challenges you the most, when you can live up to those challenges, you actually vibrate the highest and live at your best self. So that's what this is. It's like the key to you being your best self is learning how to be in a healthy partnership. Could be actually you being in a partnership with somebody, but it could also just be you learning how to do it. That is helping you become the best of yourself. Harmony. How many times, and all I did was shuffle these cards, shuffle the cards like I did all the other cards. How many times in this reading did this word come up? Because the angels are listening. Because they're channeling all of these messages, and it's just so loud. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be, and if we work to put it into harmony. And that's what it is. It's not just about the harmony. It's about learning how to tune things so that you can put them into harmony. Being the conductor, having that musical ear that can put things back into harmony as soon as they've become dissonant. And that's the real growth. You know, it's not just, what do I get? Do I get to be in a relationship? Oh, I hate those idiotic readings. I do. Because how is that helping somebody become the better version of themselves? It's just glomming them onto somebody else. And then you're making your shit show somebody else's problem. And their shit show becomes yours. And no, I don't think that that's our goal here. Our goal is to become the highest version of ourselves so that we find our true soulmate who has found the highest version of themselves. And I do, like, that's my standard, yo. Healing angel. At this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. So if you've been seeing those colors around you lately, Aries, you know what they are. They're your angel guides present in your day, helping you and protecting you. Accept the healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. And with that, I'm going to head over to the extended. I'll see you guys there.